Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Today, I'm really excited. I got a couple more plant babies, indoor houseplant plant babies, and I'm really excited about them. Can't wait to show them to you. Tell you how much I paid for them, because I waited a minute to get these. I'm talking years. I was too cheap to do it before, but it was affordable this time, and I'll tell you why. Also, I'll share with you how I plan on growing them, what their requirements are, and maybe even get them put out in the house. We'll see. I didn't really have anything in mind, but maybe I can figure out where I'm going to put them. And I'll do all that in just a minute. So what you see here has been a long time coming, friends. I'm talking years. And I was really surprised when I found it because it was relatively cheap. Years ago, this plant used to be ridiculously expensive, but it turns out that lately this plant has been trending, and so I guess that's what brought the price down. But this here is called the ZZ Raven. Well, the Raven ZZ. And the Raven comes from the coloring. I've seen it much darker than what you see here, but it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. I got this on the Costa Farms, was having a 50% off sale. I posted about this on my community page, community tab on YouTube. I don't know, like hours after I found out about it. It was maybe a couple days ago, because it didn't take long for these to show up. And they were selling them half price through Amazon. They were having a 50% off sale. And I got two things. So I got this Raven ZZ plant, and this is just a dream realized, really. So the botanical name of this is the Raven ZZ Zamioculus. And you could give this low light to highlight if you want it. They say that I need to water it when the top inch of soil is dry, and it can tolerate drought. It has a slow growth rate, and its mature size is about 4 feet, which is perfect, right? Costa Farms talks about how easy to care houseplant this is, making it a perfect choice for beginners and for busy plant people. And it has that compact size, which I talked about because of the slow growth rate. So it's ideal to put on like a tabletop for home decor, or any desk or shelf or small table. It's a great conversation piece. I mean, this one's pretty closed up because of how it was done in the shipping. Speaking of, this hole here was from a stick that was placed in there, that was placed in there for shipping to keep the box and the bags that this was encased in from collapsing on it. And obviously it worked. These look fantastic. Now this will spread out a little bit over time and open up like it's supposed to be, but it's gonna take a while. I literally just pulled this out of the box, I don't know, 15-20 minutes ago. But yeah, it's really unique. It's pretty captivating, and at least it caught my attention. I think that it will probably, you know, catch the attention of my guests when they come over. I don't know. I'm thinking I want to keep this in my office, so they may not be seeing it. I'll be looking at it probably. Just like any other houseplant, this is air purifying. So in addition to its aesthetic appeal, it helps improve indoor air quality by filtering out toxins and producing oxygen. So yeah, this is my new Raven ZZ. Super excited about this. The pot came with it, which I think is really nice. It was important that the pot came with it because I don't have any. So this one here, regularly $36.99. I got it half off for $18.40. That is a deal. That is a great deal. But I'm telling you, a plant this size years ago would have been twice that. It would have easily been $65. So I had no idea that the houseplant world was trending on this now. You know, I was trending on this years ago. But yeah. So let me show you the other plant I got. This beauty here. Now I know what you might be thinking. Didn't she already show us this plant? No, I didn't. This is not to be confused with the pink Chinese evergreen I showed you in my video, I don't know, a couple days ago. This one here is a Pink Princess Philodendron. Okay, it's a rare house plant. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. It's not as pink as it can be. I intend to give it some full light so that it can get as pink as it possibly can be. It's gorgeous. So much marbling going on those leaves. So this one too came from the Costa Farms sale that they had on Amazon. This was originally $46.99 and I paid $29.19 for this one. So it has these stunning pink and green leaves. And like I said, it could be much pinker than what you see, but it really stands out. It's very striking. And I think it's fairly elegant too. I mean, if you ask me. It is a rare find among plant enthusiasts. And it has a limited availability and high demand makes it a prized possession for collectors. I'm not a collector, but I am a plant enthusiast. And I've been meaning to start up my plant collection when I moved into the new home, but to be honest, that first year I focused mainly on getting the garden going, and then now this year I'm still working on getting the garden going, but I'm not going to be spending as much money as I did last year in the garden. So I was able to pick up, and I still am picking up, some indoor houseplants to get, you know, get my indoor jungle happening again. If you'll recall, at my last place at that apartment, I mean, it was a jungle. It was a jungle in there, and I'm really trying to recreate that in some rooms of this house, namely my office and maybe my bedroom, but also off the kitchen. I have an addition off the kitchen that has a sunlight and two very large windows, also glass doors on the back. I'm trying to turn that into a jungle, as well as possibly my living room. So we'll see. That's a lot of plants. So, but we got to start somewhere, and I was so glad to be able to get this, even though it wasn't 50% off again. It was 38% off, but still well worth the $29.19 that I paid for it. Anyway, so the leaf pattern obviously varies from each leaf. It's like a little masterpiece that's very intricate, those patterns. There's usually some white in there. Here you can see a little bit of white there. And I'm gonna clean this plant up. This one's could use a little dusting. And you can see some white here, but the white is more prominent over here. But look at all that variation in these leaves. It's just gorgeous. And now these stems are like a blood red, which is a really great contrast because the pink that happens in the leaves doesn't get to be this color. So this stands out as well, which really adds to the uniqueness of the plant, I think. It's low maintenance, well, relatively. This plant can thrive indoor, as long as I give it, you know, the right care. And it does adapt very well. And just like the other one, it's a natural air purifier. But as far as needs, it needs some indirect sunlight, which I can provide it. And I'll let it get dry, maybe about an inch or two down into the soil, and water it maybe, you know, half a cup once a week or so. That's about as regular as I'll get with this, because you could easily overwater this. And I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. It can get much larger, although that takes time to mature. And I don't know, it's just gorgeous. I'm just sitting here looking at these leaves. I keep spinning the plant because I just keep noticing different patterns on each leaf, and just, I can't wait to shine these leaves up and get her in her special place. Now, she too came with a pot, exactly like the other one. These are plastic pots, but I'm fine with that. Drainage holes can be put into these. I will not be putting drainage holes in this until, either one of these, until I get some plastic trays to put beneath them. Because every room except for my kitchen and bathroom in my house are carpeted, and so I don't want to run the risk of over watering and then having it drip all over my carpet, especially downstairs. I had the carpet replaced down there as soon as I moved in. Now, for both of these plants, I'm not terribly worried about my fur baby snacking on them, although she has been known to nibble on my pothos. But usually she's pretty good, especially with the ZZ plant. This is just not even a texture that she would get into. I've had snake plants within her reach, and she doesn't go anywhere near them. She doesn't touch them, and I think that's because these are sturdier leaves. You know, they're stiff. They have a thickness to them, whereas this is more like, you know, foliage you might find out in the yard or something. If she was going to eat one, it would be this, but I have no intentions of putting this anywhere where she could get to it. Not that I think that she would, because again, she doesn't tend to go for my houseplants too much. I think part of that is because I do grow cat grass and microgreens for her, so she has her own food or her own plants that she can eat from, and she generally won't eat from the house plants. I have thought about getting her a spider plant, but every time I think that, I just turn around and grow her some microgreens or some cat grass, and then I forget all about getting a spider plant for her. But saying that, I do remember that I still do want to get a spider plant for her, because cats do like spider plants. All right, guys, I am so excited to have these beauties in my home. I'm looking forward to growing these over the years. I definitely am looking forward to propagating this baby right here. Yeah, she does look something like the pink Chinese evergreen, but she's so much better. She's so much better. All right, friends, if I find any more sales, I'll be sure to put them on my community page. And that's going to do it for me today. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button on the way out. And share my video out if you have any planty friends. I'd be glad to have them as subscribers on my channel. Until I see you guys in the next video on another day, happy growing. Bye-bye.